100 Days, 100 Acts of Corruption. Today I am reading into the congressional record 100 reports of corruption from Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. Trump and his administration have paved the way for the president, his top officials, and his billionaire buddies to personally feed at the trough of government corruption. Number one, turn the White House into a Tesla dealership. Number two, fired independent commissioners at the Federal Trade Commission.
Remember when that kid in school would boast about how rich and successful they were, but everyone knew they were full of it? That's exactly what happened when Elizabeth Warren confronted Trump's economic claims. Except this time, the teacher had receipts. We've all dealt with someone who can't stop lying about their achievements. Warren just showed us all how to handle that person, with calm facts that expose the truth. In this breakdown, you'll see the perfect template for dealing with your own workplace bully or that annoying uncle at Thanksgiving who won't stop spreading fake news.
Pocahontas? Is that what you said? Elizabeth Warren? She is, no, she tweets a lot about me. Every once in a while I'll tweet. And when I tweet, not that many people are watching her tweets. When I tweet, they watch. I will say this, look.
Elizabeth Warren, she seems to have made it her job.
Who, Pocahontas? Pocahontas, well, no, look, she is.
It's very offensive.
You tell me. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry about that. She is a senator that's highly overrated. She's passed very little legislation. She has been a real disaster for a lot of people, including the Democrats, who frankly can't stand her, many of the Democrats. Just ask Hillary Clinton how she likes her.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever seen a chess master destroy someone who only knows checkers? That's exactly what happened when Warren met Trump face to face. Warren showed up ready for battle with a stack of actual facts, while Trump brought his usual bag of childish nicknames and all caps nonsense. It was like watching someone bring a dictionary to a spelling bee while their opponent brought refrigerator magnets. Trump did what Trump always does. He pulled out his tired Pocahontas jokes and made some big claims about how great the economy was under his watch.
If Donald Trump and his henchmen can do this to one citizen from Maryland, they can do it to anyone. This comes up in the context of someone who is not a citizen, although can we all remember, the guy works in the construction trade, he's in a union, he's got 3 kids, he's married. This could be any of our neighbors. Whether American citizen, one resident of Maryland, they can do it to anyone. And that means nobody's safe.
But Warren wasn't playing his game. She didn't roll her eyes or call him names back. Nope. She just pulled out actual economic data like she was a teacher about to grade his very bad homework. While Trump was busy shouting about how he created the best economy ever, maybe in history, tremendous economy, Warren calmly showed charts proving his policies mostly created jobs that paid garbage wages. She pointed out how his big tax cuts mainly helped rich people buy more yachts, while regular folks couldn't afford medicine. And she backed it all up with real numbers, not just feelings and Fox News talking points. You should have seen Trump's face when he realized his usual trick of yelling louder wasn't working. He looked like a schoolyard bully who just found out his victim knows karate. His tiny hands started fidgeting with his tie as Warren kept laying out fact after uncomfortable fact.
Paid for the White House Easter egg roll by soliciting corporate sponsors who have business pending before the government. Punished former officials who opposed his 2020 election lies. Helped Trump's son set up a club. Pay $5,000 for access to Trump's cabinet.
Warren went through his economic brags one by one. She showed how manufacturing jobs actually dropped under his watch, despite his promises. She explained how farm bankruptcies went up after his trade wars, and she revealed how his policies helped billionaires get even richer, while most Americans still live paycheck to paycheck. The whole debate was like watching someone argue with their accountant about taxes, One person had spreadsheets and evidence. The other had angry tweets and hurt feelings. Trump tried to interrupt, but Warren just kept going back to the facts, refusing to let him drag her into a name-calling contest. Warren caught the orange turd completely off guard by sticking to facts he couldn't just brush away with insults. His usual playbook of personal attacks fell flat against her wall of economic reality. As she continued dismantling his claims, Trump's face changed from its usual orange to an angry red. And that was before she even started on his failed business record.
You speak out, you do something Donald Trump doesn't like, you do something one of Donald Trump's henchmen doesn't like, boom, and you are disappeared. The point is to frighten everybody else. The point is to try to get everyone, when we talk about, we have the power to stop Donald Trump. We have the power. Sometimes each of us gets called on individually to get in this fight. And when that happens, you go, you do what you can, and you make change.
Which was about to make his face turn purple. Remember when your friend claimed they were amazing at a video game but refused to play it? That's Trump's business record in a nutshell. After Warren finished destroying his economic lies, she moved on to his fake business genius persona. The crowd got real quiet as she pulled out even more papers. Trump has spent decades telling everyone he's basically a money wizard, but Warren had this thick folder that told a completely different story. She started reading from what she called her Trump failure file, while he just stood there getting redder. "Let's talk about bankruptcies," Warren said. "Not just one or two like a normal failed businessman. 6 bankruptcies." She counted them on her fingers while the audience gasped. Trump's business empire looked less like a success story and more like one of those haunted houses that keeps getting shut down for safety violations. But Warren wasn't done with Grumpy Trumpy. She pulled out a list of contractors who never got paid for their work. Hundreds of small business owners who installed marble in his casinos or painted his hotel rooms who got stiff when the bill came due. She mentioned Trump University and how he had to pay $25 million because it was basically a scam that taught nothing except how to waste money. The audience watched Warren expose all the shady people Trump does business with. She talked about the ongoing investigations into his company and all the conflicts of interest where he used the presidency to make money for his hotels. Every time Trump tried to change the subject or call her a nasty woman, she just smiled and went back to her list of facts. "What we're seeing here," Warren explained, "is a comprehensive moral audit of a career built on taking advantage of others." The crowd went completely silent as she showed how every Trump business move seemed designed to help just one person, himself. By the time Warren finished talking about the 6 bankruptcies, the Trump University fraud settlement, and all those contractors who did honest work but never saw a penny, Trump looked like he wanted to crawl under his podium. She basically performed an autopsy on his business career right in front of everyone. As Warren finished her business takedown, Twitter exploded with people using # Warren Rex Trump. The memes showed Warren as a surgeon dissecting Trump's business failures, while he just stood there unable to counter with anything resembling a fact. Donnie Diapers had finally met someone he couldn't just bully into silence. So what does Warren's smackdown of Trump teach us? Facts actually still matter in politics, even when you're fighting the world's loudest delusion machine. The Orange Menace finally met his match in someone who wouldn't play his stupid game. Next time some loudmouth tries bullying their way through an argument without facts, just do what Warren did. Stay super calm, stick to the truth, and watch them melt down like an ice cream cone in July. This wasn't just Warren beating Trump in a debate. It was like watching a professional show an amateur how the game is really played. Preparation beats BS every single time.